Hey guys, welcome back. Today I will be decluttering my concealer collection. I did declutter my foundations last week. I will leave the link to that video down below if you'd like to check it out or if you missed it. But let's go ahead and get into concealers. I absolutely love concealers. I love concealers. So let's get this mess organized. Alrighty, I am finally ready. Okay, so where should I start? I don't really know. Let's start with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Oh my goodness. The LA Girl Pro Concealer is magnificent. I absolutely love it. This one here doesn't have a lid, so this one's getting tossed. It's practically out, and it is in the shade Pure Beige, which this is my perfect highlighting shade. It's not too much. Oh, I love it so much. It is literally like 2 shades, maybe 1.5 shades lighter than my skin tone, so this is perfect. Pure Beige, I love it, which this should be Pure Beige, my new one. Yes, okay, so I'm gonna toss this old one and keep this one. Okay, I also have these 3. I have this darker one that I like to use to contour with. This yellow one, oh my goodness, if you have yellow undertones or you want a hint of yellow under your eye, which I absolutely love, I highly recommend that you pick up the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Yellow Corrector. It is so beautiful. It is the most perfect banana highlight ever. I love mixing this one in with Pure Beige, but I also love using this one to mix into my other concealers that either are a little too pink, or if I just want a hint of yellow under the eye, I will add this. I've used it alone, love it, but I love mixing it in the most. Oh, this one is just perfection. I also have this one in Warm Honey. I haven't used it yet. On a side note, this LA Girl Pro Concealer is so comparable to the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, the one in the little bottle, which I don't have here in front of me today. I'm super sorry. All the makeup that I keep in my makeup bag, I keep it in my makeup bag. That's stuff that I absolutely love and won't even think of decluttering it. So that's where it's at, but this is definitely comparable, and it's like $2.99. If you buy it off a website like iKate House, it's probably going to be $4.99. Oh my goodness, like the best $3 to $4 you will ever spend. Alrighty, next up we will look at the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer. Oh my goodness, this concealer is just one of my absolute favorites. This concealer is so full coverage, like play no games with this concealer. Super full coverage. You will definitely want to set it instantly, but if you need full coverage or if you like or want full coverage, this is the concealer for you. I am in the shade 50 Medium Deep, which the packaging looks a lot darker than it actually is. So it's kind of hard to tell what shade you would need if you were at the store, but I am in 50 Medium Deep. I love using this under my eyes. I have 40 Medium, and I do like mixing these two together to lighten this one up just a little bit. Literally one of the best drugstore concealers out there, which now that I'm thinking about it, I don't have my Maybelline Better Skin concealer down here either because it's in my makeup bag. Love that one too. Oh, it is. Okay, so I'm going to keep these. Speaking of the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer, it is definitely a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. This magnificent concealer that has the longest name ever. Now this stuff is pretty pricey, but oh my goodness, if you are wanting a really beautiful concealer that has amazing coverage, that does not look cakey, has a beautiful satin matte finish, you will love this. So I highly recommend this one as well. And I am in the shade Medium Dark Warm, which I will be keeping this one as well. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and look at this Physicians Formula. This is from their nude wear line, like the Touch of Glow. It goes hand in hand with that foundation that I decluttered last week. And again, I kept this concealer because the packaging is so pretty. Like, look at that little bow. Can you see that little bow? It's so cute. Now, I will say this was a lot better than their foundation. It's probably so old, it probably doesn't even work anymore. Oh, there it is. Whoop. And it's running. Yeah, this is super old anyways. I will say it was a lot better than their foundation, but still this was the darkest shade in the concealer, and it was still like I was pushing it and I was really having to use it with a darker concealer to make it work. So this has got to go. And honestly, the packaging is what sold me, and I actually like got it on a really good couponing deal. There are so many amazing concealers at the drugstore that are more affordable than this and that are way better than this concealer. So I really do not recommend this. Next up, I have my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This one is brand new. I finally tossed the old one because I needed a new one so bad. And I am in the shade Biscuit, I believe. Yes. Now, I will say this concealer is so amazing. I feel like I'm going to say that about all of the concealers that I love. But the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is so creamy. So creamy. As soon as the applicator touches that soft, sensitive skin under your eye, when you're swiping it across, it's not tugging, it's not pulling, it's gliding on. It's giving you so much coverage. It blends out beautifully. And with a lot of concealers, they can blend out well, but when you actually look at what you're doing, it's taking the product off, whether you're using a brush or a beauty blender type sponge. With this concealer, when you blend it out, it just looks amazing under the eye. Like, I don't have too many high-end concealers, but out of the ones that I do, this would probably be my number one, which I actually love my Urban Decay Naked Skin a lot. But if I could only have one of these two, I would pick the NARS without a doubt. So I'm definitely keeping this. Okay, let's just go ahead and finish up with the high-end concealer. So here I have Too Faced, Clinique, a little mid-range. Here's another Clinique, Kat Von D, and the Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I have the shade, let's see, it's not even on the bottom anymore. Well, unfortunately, the sticker on the bottom of this one is no longer there, so I don't even know what shade I am. I want to say it was tan. I believe so. And I have this one in dark. I got this one, I redeemed some points with Ipsy, and I picked this one up for contouring. Now, I do really like this concealer. I do. However, I cannot wear it with any other foundation other than a complete, total matte foundation. It's so luminous under the eyes, which I do really like. But it can be a lot if I'm wearing something that has a glow to it. So when I use this concealer, I'm using a mattifying primer and I'm using a matte foundation. So it's not my absolute favorite. I am going to keep it because I do like it. I really do. But it's just not my favorite. Okay, next up I have two Clinique concealers. And I held on to these last year when I did a declutter. So it's probably just not even good anymore. I loved them so much at a point in time, and I think that's why I held on to them. But I literally have not used them since that last declutter. Okay, if you hear a little crunching in here, Max is in here and he's eating his food like a good little boy. That is a good boy. So you may hear a little crunchy crunching going on. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and toss these. Okay, next up I have two more high-end concealers, and this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer. And, you know, I'm going to keep it because I do love it. I just don't show it enough love, and I'm really going to try to do that. It's such a full coverage concealer, like, oh my gosh, so full coverage. So I am going to keep this and try to give it some more love, and I am in the shade 26, FYI. Okay, next up is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Oh, the hype, the hype, the hype, the hype of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I am in the shade Tan. And I will say, it is really good. It really is. Do I think it's my absolute favorite? No. I still would pick my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So it is a really great concealer. Super full coverage. Not as full coverage as the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer, but definitely full coverage. It's just not my absolute favorite. Like, I wouldn't say the Tarte Shape Tape is my #1 concealer. I really like it. It's very, very brightening. A little bit does go a long, long way, but it's not my favorite. But I am going to keep it. It is fairly new to me. Alrighty, now we're left with all of my drugstore concealers minus the Sephora concealer. This is the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. Oh my goodness. This concealer is amazing. Okay, oh my gosh, my love for this concealer is just... it's unreal. I'm in the shade 12 Pecan Pie. This concealer is just... it's perfection. It is a gel serum. Like, as weird as that may seem for a concealer, it's so lightweight. It has a medium coverage. The consistency is literally like a serum. It doesn't dry out my under eye area when it's set. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't break apart. I absolutely love this concealer. I also have it in the shade 13, which is my skin tone, and I like putting that on areas where I have blemishes because it does a great job at covering, and at the same time it's not going to cake up. It's not going to cling to those dry patches. So I absolutely love this. Okay, next up is another Maybelline concealer, and these are the Instant Age Rewinds. I fell victim to this concealer because it was all the hype about, what, 2 years ago maybe? And everybody was raving about how this was their absolute favorite drugstore concealer. So I originally picked up the shade medium and practically used all of it, and it just wasn't the right shade. It was a little too light. I always had to mix it in with something darker. So then I thought, well, let me just pick up a darker shade, which that's when I picked up this one in the shade Honey. And Honey was darker, but it was way too pink. And at that point I was like, I'm not gonna try to pick up another shade because I didn't love it very much, and there were more concealers that I was trying out, and I was like, ooh, I love this. Like, this is what a concealer is supposed to do. The thing about this concealer is it doesn't have enough coverage. I have a lot of redness going on in my face, and especially trying to use this to highlight where I'm bringing it, you know, significantly lower down towards like my cheeks where I'm going to need some coverage. It doesn't do it. And then you start to blend it out and it shears it even more. Whether I used a brush or a beauty blender, I couldn't bring myself to fall in love with it. There are so many amazing concealers at the drugstore by Maybelline. That's the funny thing. Maybelline has so many more better concealers now. The Master Conceal that I've already talked about and the Better Skin, those are the better Maybelline concealers. So I'm definitely tossing these. And another Maybelline concealer is the Fit Me. And I used to love this concealer and use it so much. And I just don't reach for it as much anymore. But I still really love it. Let's see. I am in the shade 25, which is the darker one. And 20 is way too light. So I'm actually going to get rid of 20 since it is so light for me. But I'm going to keep 25. I love this concealer, but I still don't think it's as good as the Master Conceal or the Better Skin by Maybelline. I do really like it, but it's just not as good. Okay, I didn't realize I had another Physicians Formula concealer, and I'm tossing this one. Okay, next up is a L'Oreal concealer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Concealer, and I am in the shade Light Medium N45. Oh my goodness. This L'Oreal concealer, and I think this is the only L'Oreal concealer that I own. Yes, it is. It is so amazing. This concealer is like literally magic in a bottle, and I just wish, like, my only complaint with it is, okay, I have 2 complaints. Number 1, I wish that it was like a longer tube. Like, give me a little bit more, L'Oreal, because I can go through this like that. And number 2, if you don't want to give me a longer bottle, then give us a longer wand. The wand or the applicator is so short that I have about this much product left. Like, I have product left in here, but I can't reach it. Like, I have tried to scrape it as hard as I can, and literally it will not touch the rest of the product down there. So that's a little bit annoying because, I mean, I saw a product I could use, and I love this concealer. This is my favorite L'Oreal concealer. My only L'Oreal concealer, but my favorite one. This stuff is magnificent. You need it in your life. So needless to say, I'm keeping it. Next up, I have the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealers. I have the shade 04 and 05. I love these concealers. Love them. I just did a review over a few of the new Milani products, including these concealers. I will leave the link to that video down below if you'd like to hear my thoughts on the concealer, but I love it. And next up, I have the WetNWild Photo Focus Concealers. And these are a part of the line with the foundation that I decluttered. But the crazy thing is, these are actually amazing. I love this concealer. Oh my goodness. I am in the shade Medium Tawny. I also picked up the shade Medium Deep Tan, but this one's too dark for me. I could probably get away with like covering up my blemishes with this, but I really like using my Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum for that. So I'm going to go ahead and keep these. I could always use this one with a lighter concealer, but these are just amazing. The formula is so creamy. It's so blendable. It's long wearing. It doesn't cake up under the eyes. I did a first impressions using these concealers, which I'll leave the link to that video down below as well if you're interested. Definitely keeping these. Alrighty, next up I have the NYX Gotcha Covered Waterproof Concealer, and this actually reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer, but I just wasn't in love with it. I've used it a couple of times. I heard a lot of people start to rave about it, so you know how that goes. And I found myself at the store picking it up. It's just so thick. Like, I am pressing that out. And I think that's why, at least with the Kat Von D concealer, it is so thick, but it's super creamy. This is just like thick. I'm just not in love with it, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this. Alrighty, next up is this Boo Boo Cover Up Concealer. I believe I got this in an Ipsy bag. I remember in my last declutter, I was keeping it because I wanted to give it a try, and you guessed it, I still haven't tried it. I still haven't used it. I haven't even swatched it, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to someone that can use it. Okay, next up is this NYX Conceal Correct Contour little palette. It's okay. It wasn't ever creamy enough. If you have to really try to warm a product up that you're putting under your eye, the most sensitive area on your face, then it isn't meant to be. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this. Alrighty, next up is another NYX concealer. This is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo. You get a highlighter on one shade and a contour on the other. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm definitely keeping this. Okay, 3 more concealers. This is the new Wet n Wild Mega Glow Concealer Corrector, and I still haven't tried it yet, so I'm gonna keep this and I will keep you guys updated. This here is the Master Contour, and I picked up the shade Deep. I never reach for it. It was a great concept in theory, but in practice it's just not. So within one stick, half of it is a concealer and half of it's a contour. And even when you look at the tip, it's still split that way. So you can't do this. Because do you see what you're going to get? You're going to get a mixed So, okay, just use the side, then one side starts to get dirty. It was a good concept. It just didn't work for me. It really didn't. I definitely liked the contour more than I did the concealer, but I just do not reach for it at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this. And last but not least is the Hard Candy Highlight and Contour Face Duo. Now when I first picked this up, I did a first impressions on it and I did not care for it whatsoever. It was a blah product for me, but over time as I really started to use it, I really started to like it, so I'm definitely keeping this. And I'm in the shade D. Alrighty, well here is a little overview of everything that I'm keeping and everything that I'm getting rid of. I'm actually keeping 22 concealers. That sounds like a lot, but I'm getting rid of 12 concealers. So, little victory. Little victory. Sometimes it's the little victories in life. Alrighty, well thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below letting me know what is your absolute favorite concealer. Your holy grail, your number one. I would really like to know. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!